Hello, welcome to Scottish Radio. I'm Alistair Heather, and today we're down at the Royal Highland Shaw just outside Edinburgh. Over the next couple of days, our 200,000 folk will ging through the gates behind me to take part in the great gatherings of the Scottish cultural year. The success ilka year of the Shaw further evidences the strong cultural heartbeat in our rural communities. So come on along with me and let's have a look at the forge, the cattle shaws and the tractors. For longer than we can, folk from the north have brought their kye, sheep and ahan else down to gatherings in the south, a tradition the Highland Shaw upholds. But the emphasis now is on competition instead of sales. We're up on the sheep shearing stage now with Cameron Wilson, sheep shearer and police for Ayrshire. So Cameron, was there sheep eye in your background?
Aye, I basically brought up on a farm down in Ayrshire. My father was a shepherd and I just grew up with it. Going out helping him, my days after school, weekends, holidays, and learned all through that kind of way. That's how I got into sheep. Aye.
And your father didn't want you being a shepherd yourself?
He was just always of the opinion, like, you're working every day of the week, it's fairly low money, it's one of the jobs, you've got to love what you're doing and things like that, but he was either the idea, go and get yourself a trade, or go and do something else, and then if you want to do the sheep, you can come back to it once you're still young enough to get a trade and do all these things, so that was his idea. Like.
And you were saying, big talk, you were saying that it's the hardest job on the farm. Was there any moments you thought about packing it in?
Oh, I used to tell this one story, where it was maybe my third or fourth day out, and the boys this year we do in Ayrshire, like, they'll just shear 300 plus a day, no bother to them. But I'm there, working away, and when you're new, your technique's not great, the sheep are kicking, your arms are, I'm in agony here, back's killing me. And we're working away this day, and I'm thinking, God, I'm just about a breaking point here. And the rain started coming on, and we get rained off, and I was hiding my tears of happiness. I was trying not to let them see. I was that happy. I was in so much pain. Aye, so I got the rest of the day off. I was delighted. Didn't let them know that. I can't believe it's raining. But aye, I always remember that story because that was me right in my limit.
Now we're going to get a blether with Andy Rankin, chief judge of the sheep shearing, who was originally from Luss near Loch Lomond. We'll be looking at some sheep shorn soon.
Yes.
What will you be looking for as a judge?
As a judge, we want to look for the sheep to be shorn cleanly, all the wool's taken off, and we don't want to see any cuts and nicks because sometimes that happens. So the guy who shears the sheep smoothly, no cuts, no nicks, he's the guy that wins it. And time comes into it as well, so he's got to shear it in a good time. But we want to see the quality of workmanship. That's what we're looking for. And the whole process of this is to harvest the wool, and take the wool off the sheep's back and harvest it in an efficient manner. And so this is what we're trying. This is what we're looking for.
We've just been watching the shorn sheep done by Katie Reid plopping through the hatch there. So now we're Katie herself. Katie, how did the shearing go today?
Oh, hopefully good enough. Yeah, had a good shear, so hopefully it's enough.
You finished pretty quickly. Is that a good sign?
Well, as long as I've kept the job right, yeah, hopefully.
So a lot of the folk are here kind of shearing as almost a hobby, but you do it full time, do you?
Yep. I started shearing this time last year and I've been across to Australia and New Zealand, Norway, and now I'm going to have a crack at home.
How have you been doing in the competition? Because you go and work all day shearing sheep, then at the weekends, like today, you come down to Edinburgh and shear sheep.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to show everyone that you're doing a good job, and that it's just a chance to showcase.
So it's like skills marketing?
Yeah.
Do you hate to put it on your CV?
Well, I don't think sheep shearers really have a CV, but if you had, this is it, yeah.
What did your father think you taking up sheep shearing?
He's proud as punch, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's funny, when I was in New Zealand, there was this woman said, oh, what's your parents think of you sheep shearing? And she thought it was going to be very negative, but no, he's Welsh, he's out down there watching, so.
I'm sure he's very proud.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hear from the judges soon, but the best of luck.
Cool, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm here with the stars of the show, the boys from Quack Commandos, Kenny and Gregor. Now, first of all, Gregor, what is the Quack Commandos?
Yeah, it's basically a show that we do with Border Collie sheepdogs. These are working dogs, and we herd Indian runner ducks around a course of bridges and tunnels. We've been doing it now for quite some time, about 15 years. Right. It's a form of farm diversification. It's a lot of fun, it's an educational show, and it involves the audience as well.
These days, I'll tell you, and we're heading round there to the right side. Nice and steady does it. Nice and easy. He's going to have to get a grip of the dog here as he's turfing round there the right side of the kids on the far side here. 1 minute 28 seconds so far. We've completed England, we've done Ireland, Scotland, the slalom. Kids, stay where you are, and we're moving now for Wales. This is a wonderful moment, ladies and gentlemen. Wales are going to win the Grand Slam once again. Here we come. as they're making their way up nice there, steady. What a beautiful place this is, the valleys and the Snowdonians there as they come in, they pass the Welsh Dragon. Fantastic, we've got 2 Quack Commandos and here's the third one about to take flight and he's off and away.
Smashing. Now, the dog man himself is yourself, Ken, is that right?
That's right.
Now, what is it you can make the dog do?
I can make the dog do what it's naturally designed to do, and that is herd livestock from A to B. Today, I'm going to herd ducks, a little bit different.
So I presume you didn't herd ducks all the time?
Absolutely not. We herd sheep most of the time. We just herd ducks on special events.
So tell us a wee bit about what's been happening on the road with the ducks and the dog.
Well, we've travelled a lot, and once we had a trip to Islay to do the agricultural show, and when we arrived, we booked into the hotel and we said to the receptionist, you do realise that we've got dogs and ducks? And she said, oh yeah, that's not a problem. I said, well, where would you like me to put them? So she showed me a nice accommodation for the dog at the back of the hotel. She said, the ducks, you'll have to put them in the function suite. She meant in the function suite, in the carrier box that they were in. I brought them in the function suite, let them go, and they're milling around and doing what ducks do, which sometimes is not that pleasant. And then we're all sitting in the restaurant right next to the function suite with the glass windows, and here the ducks are all lined up packing on the window. So that's one little funny experience that we had working away from home.
Quality, thanks. So I'm here with Rhys, and Rhys is holding in his right hand the prize winner of its class. Tell us a bit about your wee pal here.
This is Gail. She was born on the 18th of April, which she is 2 months, and she has won her first ever class at the Highland, and we didn't think she was going to win, but she did, so we were delighted with that.
I'm here with Ian Smith, an Arcadian who in his free time likes to take care of Clydesdales. So tell us about how you came down today, Ian.
Well, we come down to show this harness and we've borrowed this horse for Davy Wacker at Galcantry, who kindly does it every year for us. If it wasn't for him, well, I don't suppose we would be doing this. But the reason we do the harness is it's an old thing. It's what they used to do in the bothies. At nights, the boys used to sit in the bothies and make the wool harness for the decoration for the ploughing matches, and it's just a continuation on from there.
So what is it about Clydesdales? Because Clydesdales are a Scottish breed, are they not?
They're Scottish bred. They were bred in the Tyne Valley, and this is where they originated. The brewers used them for pulling the drays. The farmers used them because they were big and strong and they could do the work. And then, as I say, when the mechanism came in, it was nearly the end of them.
Aye.
But there was a few boys kept it up.
We're now with Drew Pringle, a farmer from Doon in Kirkcudbrightshire. So Drew, you've been coming to the show for over 60 years now.
Yes, I've been coming to the show for over 60 years. I remember when my father, when we lived at the Craig farm at Lauriston, he took us up to Inverness to the Highland show.
Aye.
And at that time, you didn't have tents or anything like that. You just camped out with a sheet off the baler, and you put it up in sticks and tied it to the end of the car, and you slept in that overnight.
Is that right?
That's what you did.
Long drive as well?
Oh yes, it was a long drive then, and I remember that very well. And you know.
So what was your father doing at the show? Did he have an interest?
No, just visiting, just having a look round, just taking a day out to the show. And I also remember the headmaster telling me what a lucky person I was being able to take a couple of days off to go to the Highland show.
I'm here with Liz Shaw, who today is a prize-winning show person, and she's in charge of this muckle Highland bull. So Liz, tell us a bit about this Highland cow.
Well, this is Alexander of Goldenberry. He's a 1.5-year-old bull. He won the male champion here yesterday, and he went on to be the reserve champion overall, and he is just a tremendous example of the breed. He's got a strong head, good legs, great meat carrying capacity, and most of all a wonderful temperament, which you want for the calves.
So this lang ginger hair, that helps them survive in the winter?
Well, yes. I mean, they've got two coats, because the outer coat sheds the rain and the inner coat is light fur almost and keeps them warm. And also, a lot of people don't realise is their hides, their actual skin, is thicker than other cattle's. So it's a great big insulation against the heat, but an insulation against the cold as well.
Aye. So they didn't struggle in the summer?
They do, they feel the heat, but they like it if they can stand in a burn or in a ditch or in a pond to keep them cool. But it's incredible, we had that really warm spell there, and you would think they would all go for shade, but they're lying out in the sun.
And you say they're particularly good mothering animals?
They're wonderful, despite all the challenges with lack of feed, perhaps because it's a bad winter or the weather or anything at all. They never give up their milk to their babies. They're the best mothers, and they'll rear, even when you cross them with Simmentals or Charolais, they rear great big fantastic calves from them as well.
Smashing. Well, Liz, congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wheel. That's all for another successful and sunny Royal Highland Show. All that's left today is to thank the sheep shearers, the quack commandos and Abdi Else for taking part in our film. We'll look forward to seeing you all next year.